right, happy Tuesday night, everybody. We are live here on Ken's 5 talking weather, and we have some rain out there, mostly light activity across San Antonio at this hour. There are pockets of heavier rain. There were some thunderstorms north and west earlier this evening, but now it's mainly shifting south and southeast, and we'll show you radar, what we're expecting overnight, and how it's going to impact travel for tomorrow morning as well. In addition to that, also look ahead to Christmas week. A lot of folks are wondering, is it going to be cold? Is it going to be hot? Is it going to be warm? Well, it's trending more warm. These last couple of days we've been stuck in the 50s and even 40s for some areas, but it looks like this weekend and most of next week trending in like the 70s and 80s. So big changes are on the way, especially as we round out 2025. And outside it is mostly cloudy, overcast, and even some drizzle and light rain materializing around San Antonio, which we'll show you in a second. But first, let's take a look at the sneak peek through the weekend into early next week. Tomorrow, upper 60s, a little warmer. A lot warmer Thursday, near 80. Cold front drops in Thursday night. That drops highs back closer to normal, like back in the 60s for Friday. And then this weekend, surplus of just warmth. Normal high, in mid-December is like 64. By Saturday and Sunday, we're pushing near 80. So we're running like 15 degrees above normal by Saturday and Sunday. And then even warmer on Monday, next week, just before Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We're still like 8-9 days out from Christmas Eve. But based on just what we're seeing, the model guidance, the model trends, it looks to be mostly warm, like 70s and 80s for the afternoons and mornings. At best, I would say 50s, but probably 60s. So, and regarding like cold winter-like air for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, it's looking less likely, and it looks to be more on the warm side. So get ready for that. Not what we want, but it's what we're going to get for San Antonio and for much of Texas as well. It's really going to be a huge weather pattern that really drives a lot of warmth across not just Texas, but like the Midwest, the Southwest towards Arizona, even towards Florida and the Carolinas. It's going to be a lot of folks trending above normal. Okay, let's chat about what's happening on radar. So it's been pretty active since about 3 p.m. today. Let's zoom into San Antonio. So this is current radar. So it's as of 8:55 p.m. Notice mostly light to moderate, but embedded in some of these clouds and some showers are heavier amounts of rain. As a matter of fact, let's stop the clock and show you what we have. So let's zoom into, like, for example, Alamo Heights. There's North Loop, there's Castle Hills. If you are, or if you know anybody traveling on 410 at this moment, there are pockets of heavier rain. I would say mainly into like the neighborhood residential areas like Nacogdoches. There's West Sunset Road, Eisenhower, and then Harry Wurzbach. That's where a moderate to maybe heavy downpour is right now. No lightning associated with these downpours, but they're pockets of moderate to heavy rain. There's Oakland Estates, there's Chavano Park, there's 281. This is probably near the Bitters area. Right before it, actually, there's Wurzbach Parkway right there in Jones-Maltzberger. So we zoom out. Let's see where any other additional rain is at farther south outside of 410. There's La Jolla, there's Interstate 37 towards Corpus Christi. Heavier pockets of rain on the west side, so take a look. There's Castroville. There's Leon Valley, right? Oakland Estates. Helotes mostly dry, maybe a couple of sprinkles out near Helotes. And then you move farther west towards like Medina Lake. That's where they're continuing to pick up on additional rain. They saw some pretty good downpours and soakers move through earlier today, and that's what they're continuing to see at this hour. There's 211. There's Castroville. There's Divine, Lytle area. Heavier downpours in southern Medina County. This is perfect because anywhere from Bexar County to Medina County and Bandera County, it's pretty much like the bullseye for exceptional drought. So this is falling where it needs to. Zooming north towards Canyon Lake, for example, you can see right there some light drizzle out there, but a heavier pocket of rain towards like Bulverde, for example. There's, let's see, Bulverde might be a little bit farther south. There it is. Bulverde's right there at Timberwood Park. But you move northward towards Blanco, for example, Blanco County and Johnson City, and more so to Dripping Springs. They're seeing some pretty good rain consistently out there north and northeast of San Antonio. Let's see, Bernie, light rain at this moment, more moderate rain towards Fair Oaks Ranch. It's moving directly east-northeast towards Fair Oaks Ranch. So that area towards like northwest Bexar County, southern Kendall County will continue to see rain for the next hour or two. Matter of fact, let's talk about what's happening and some of the rain estimates. So this is up until now, so pretty much accounting for what happened this afternoon. Look at the swath of rain, really confined to the hill country, to central and northern San Antonio. So a lot of folks to the south didn't see rain towards like La Praya or Cotulla, but maybe near Pleasanton and parts of San Antonio, just kind of on and off light rain. Now the heaviest rain, based on radar estimates, I would say anywhere from northern Medina County to like far north and northwestern Bexar County. Radar is estimating probably on average between like a half an inch to an inch and a half of rain. Again, this is radar estimated. These are not official totals, but this is just showing you kind of a gauge, an estimate on what happened earlier today. And again, towards Fredericksburg, not much. Towards Kerrville, very little. Towards Devine and Moore, not significant amounts of rain accumulating. But parts of northern Medina County, near Medina Lake, northern Bexar County, Kendall County, Comal, and Bandera County saw some pretty good passing showers and even for some thunder showers and some non-severe storms. You know, we were watching the radar like 4, 5, 6 o'clock today, and some of these downpours were forming lightning strikes and thunder earlier this evening. So we're watching that very closely. There is still rain out there, and I think we maintain more shower activity through the overnight, and that's going to impact morning travel. So heads up for tomorrow morning. If you're getting out early to work, school, anything you got going on, the roads are going to be a little wet, and there will be showers kind of on and off through tomorrow morning, and even probably through tomorrow afternoon, especially southeast, and we'll show you that in a second. 55 in the city, 61 at Gonzales. We have 52 at Rock Springs, 53 at Del Rio. Chilly out there. Let's see. Let's go back. So we're going to have to adjust this real quick because we're getting a little bit cooler than previously thought. I'll do that in a second. But what's going to happen because of cloud cover and just kind of on and off rain, temperatures are not going to fluctuate all that much. San Antonio probably bottoms out around 53. Boerne probably around 51. Parts of the hill country and especially out west, especially towards like Del Rio, Eagle Pass, there's a good chance that a few of you out to the west see clear skies first, and that's going to help temperatures drop pretty fast. Right there. So through tomorrow morning, I would say 52 to 53 in the city. Just a little bit colder in the hill country. There will be pockets, you know, between Kerr and Real and Edwards County. That may dip down to 49 and some of those blue highlighted areas out west between Kendall County and the Rio Grande. So everyone above freezing, but the cloud cover and the rain will keep temperatures somewhat mild to chilly overnight versus very cold. If skies were clear, temperatures would fall off like that. But because of the clouds, the rain around, we should stay relatively mild overnight. Matter of fact, here it is through tomorrow morning through 6 and 7 o'clock, on and off light to moderate rain. But watch what happens through tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. The thunderstorms, the heavier downpours really confined to the coast between Beeville, Hallettsville, Victoria, Corpus Christi, Rockport, and Port Lavaca. There will be some areas through tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon that could see heavier amounts of rain, and some of those localized areas, like for example near Victoria and Matagorda Bay, for example, they may pick up, you know, between a half an inch to an inch and a half of rain on top of what they've already seen earlier today. So that may lead to maybe an isolated flooding threat, mainly east towards like Copano Bay, Matagorda Bay. So we'll keep an eye on that closely overnight. But for San Antonio, probably like, you know, a tenth of an inch of rain, and that's at best. Mostly heavier, organized rain, accumulating rain will be southeast of San Antonio. And looking through to next week, guys, Christmas is what, 8 days away, 9 days away? And it looks like it really warms up. So if you didn't like these last couple of days of cold, cloudy weather, Thursday it warms up, it cools back down Friday before a consistent recovery in daytime highs. Look at this, Saturday 77, near 80 on Sunday. Same thing Monday and Tuesday. We could see some areas lower to middle 80s by next week. It's going to be a warming trend through Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, which right now we're forecasting like 78, 79. Mostly dry, partly cloudy, sunny, but right now on the warm side, as you can see. So from LA, there's a light drizzle from where you're at. Yeah, there's pockets of light rain. Nothing, you know, regarding like organized activity or like thunder and lightning. I would say at most pockets of like heavier rain, but yeah, it's mostly light drizzle and more moderate rain across San Antonio. You're very welcome, Delia. Absolutely. Send some rain to Seguin. Well, I imagine you'll see at least some light activity through this evening, Delia. So fingers crossed. We do need rain. We do need rain. Our front yards need it. Our backyards need it. We all need it, that's for sure. Grace, cable went out. Yeah, there were some, pockets of heavier rain and lightning earlier today, depending on where you're at. So like between Timberwood Park and like Bernie, there were some pockets of heavier rain. Excuse me, and especially out west towards like Medina County and towards Uvalde. That's where they saw some pretty good rain as well. There is thunder in Leon Valley right now. Okay, let's take a look. Let's actually take a look. So there was some light rain being picked up earlier. What about Del Rio from Criselda? Let's take a look at that as well before we say goodbye. So let's go to local radar. Yeah, so outside of Leon Valley, which is right about here, right? This rain is kind of moving in your direction. I think it mostly misses Leon Valley because it looks like these downpours are kind of moving due east-northeast, so kind of like in this direction. I think Leon Valley will probably see at least some light to moderate rain through, 9:30 and 10. But the heaviest pocket of rain probably going to impact like Alamo Ranch area in the next 10 to 15 minutes. And then that'll eventually cross Bandera Road, Culebra, Helotes, and heads towards the northwest side of San Antonio. It's raining at Medina Lake. Good, Dominic. That is perfect, man, because Medina Lake needs it desperately. It's been so low there, and most of Medina County needs it, especially Bexar County, Bandera County, Kerr, Kendall County. We all need the rain, that's for sure. Some thunder over in near Medina Lake. Let's zoom out. Let's erase this real quick. And the radar just updated, so that's why you're seeing it kind of scan in real time. Camera tool. So there's, outside of Medina Lake right there. So there's Medina Lake to your left, and then there's St. Geronimo west of Helotes. There's a pretty good, decent, downpour and some thunder and lightning associated with it. So we do have some rain out there. That's going to continue through tonight and through tomorrow morning. So if you are heading out early tomorrow morning, leave a little extra early, account for the extra time, account for the rain, account for traffic, because the rain, even if it primarily moves out by, let's say, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., the roads are still going to be wet, the temperatures are still going to be chilly, and that can impact a lot of folks driving on the road, so be careful out there. To Jason, you're very welcome, man. You just heard thunder just now. Yeah, what side of town are you at, Jason? Depending on where you're at, so outside of Leon Valley, outside of Helotes, there's some lightning and thunder. Outside of Castroville, maybe an occasional clap of thunder, and then same thing towards like Dripping Springs and Austin area. Some pretty good rain out there. Not all falling all at once. That's the good news. We're just kind of seeing waves of rain move through the region. That's what we need because of the drought, water restrictions, and the fact that like San Antonio, I think year-to-date rainfall is probably between like 20 and 25. Whereas by the end of the year, we should be like at 30 to 35, somewhere in that range. So we're below normal and we're behind schedule. So this at least like adds up something, to the ground, to the vegetation out there, to the soil and things like that. Leon Valley, okay, yeah, right outside of Leon Valley, right about here is that little mini thunderstorm. Just producing, occasional lightning and thunder, but it's moving east-northeast, so it's going to be moving through the northwest side of San Antonio over the next 10 to 20 minutes. So nice little downpour moving through there, Helotes, Bandera, and heading towards like I-10, 1604 flyover area as well. Leon Valley, yeah, absolutely, Jason. Yeah, right there. There's Leon Valley, there's Helotes, and there's Leon Valley right there, right? Perfect. And then there's 1604. I think that's probably, is that Petranco? That's Culebra right there. There's Shanefield. There's Mainland Drive. There is Wiseman. There's a hospital right here. There's Northwest Vista right here in Alamo College. So pretty good downpour on the city's like west, northwest side right now. Moving farther northeast at the moment. All right, guys, we're going to keep it looping on radar for a little bit longer, and let's wrap it up on the 14-day. From Karen, getting heavy rain and lightning in Mico, Texas. Okay, Karen. Yeah, a lot of folks are getting some good rain and thunder at this hour, especially like, the hill country, northwest San Antonio. Now, like moving towards Austin, some of that moisture is moving in that direction up I-35. So tomorrow, a little warmer, upper 60s, mostly cloudy. We will see on and off drizzle and light rain through tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. Heaviest rain southeast towards like Corpus Christi, Port Lavaca, Victoria area. And some of the models are saying like up to 2 to 3 inches of rain farther southeast of San Antonio. So there will be pockets of heavier rain tomorrow through tomorrow night and through Friday as well. The weekend, temperatures recover, upper 70s near 80 Saturday and Sunday, and then through Christmas Eve, not much of a change. Expect it to really warm up. It could be a lot warmer than that as well, because we're just forecasting 78, 79, but good chance we get into the 80s for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So not what we need, not what we want, but it is on the way. So have a great Tuesday night, guys. Be safe. Enjoy the cooler weather tonight, and leave a little extra early tomorrow morning because it will be wet. There will be some patchy areas of fog, mist, and drizzle. Things clear out by Thursday and Friday, and this weekend and next week, it is a lot warmer than normal, in the upper 70s, near 80.